Good morning. You know, it's been another of those mornings where I really do think the gremlins are out and about and plans are getting foiled. However, I did manage to get out for a nice walk. Well, a wet walk, let's say that. But I got down to the seaside. I went along to the Fish Quay at North Shields and parked down by Fiddler's Green and had a nice, what started off as a lovely walk along towards Collingwood's Monument, which is about a mile. I was halfway through and the heavens opened. And this fella's not too happy because I didn't take his raincoat, but I had mine, although I have got a bit frizzy. But there we are. It was lovely to be back down at the seaside and get some lovely fresh air. I was talking yesterday about inner critic, and I want to continue that theme today. You know how your inner critic can say some pretty awful things to you, and you know, bearing in mind we're generating that within ourselves, things that we would never say to anybody else, and it tells you that you don't deserve anything more, that you don't deserve success, and you may have your own variations of this. It's important to remember that what your inner critic says does not define who you are. And how do I put this? Your inner critic means well. Its intention is positive. It wants to look after you. It wants to care for you. It's just that it's actually rather unproductive, rather counterproductive in the way that it behaves. So its behaviour, that is what it says to you, really isn't that helpful. But it means well. And I think we've all probably had those times, haven't we, where we've said something and we find out later that somebody has taken it completely a different way, and we're like, but I meant well, I didn't mean that, you know, and that's kind of where your inner critic's at. So one of the things that was very important for me initially was to start recognising what was the dominant thought of my inner critic, what was the dominant comment that would come out. And by becoming more aware of what that dominant thought was and the thing it would say and when it would say it, when it was triggered, that actually helped me begin to start to show compassion to my inner critic. And then I reached a point where I was able to welcome it, and welcome it as I would welcome guests to my home. More on that on another video. I hope you have better weather than I do here. It's just cold and wet and miserable. But hey, I got to the seaside and I'm very happy about that. Have a fabulous day and I shall catch up with you soon.